Hey guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Tori and welcome to Tori's room. Please subscribe and welcome back to my subscribers. Guys, today we're here to for a debrief. Like you guys have seen, like I went for a trip to Europe and I'm just here to give you guys everything I experienced, like to break it down for you, to give you my experience, to give you like tips, especially tips and things that I learned, to even like tell you guys where I went wrong and what you guys could do better, like if you ever travel or to Europe or wherever, because I feel like some of these tips I'm about to give you like are very general, so you can apply them to wherever else you want to go. But like I feel like these are very important, and I feel like some of these things I knew before I traveled, but some things if I knew or anticipated before we traveled, that would have helped like a lot. So I traveled to Europe to four countries. We started with Berlin, then went to Paris, France, and then we went to Geneva en route to Italy. So like we were going to Italy but passed through Geneva, stayed there one night, and then went to Italy. So it was a total of like around 10-11 days. So that was a long trip. So we had to be like super prepared and see like the different countries. There's different weather, there are different like rules, things, prices. So like you really had to be prepared for this trip. Planning was fairly tedious, I would say. Like, okay, it depends on, first of all, the kind of experience you even want. So the first tip, because of that, the first tip is make sure you really understand your trip. And this will go through from planning to during the trip, and perhaps even after, in case you have anything to do after, like taxes and all of that. But like you need to understand your trip, whether you're going through an agent, whether you're doing everything yourself. You need to understand your trip. You need to sit down literally and study your trip. See, like, okay, day one, where are we? What are we doing? Where are we going? What am I wearing? Like, you need to fully understand. You need to fully understand your trip. I remember, like, for our trip, I sat down, like literally took a paper, pen, and like drew the trip, visualized it, wrote this is the first place, when, where are we going, for how much is it, like between which dates, what is day one, what are we doing, then the next. I literally had to draw it down because it's the only way I could understand it. Otherwise, like if somebody mentioned like, okay, on Wednesday this date, what are we doing, I could tell you what we're doing. Like that's how much you should understand your trip. And I feel like this will really help you because like you won't feel lost. Also, like you're in charge of your trip. For example, how would I put it? If someone is planning for you a trip to, let's say Paris, like somebody else, not you, they're gonna plan for you like the most popular sites to see, like the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, the like very popular sites. But you know yourself, you know what you want to see, you know what you want to experience, you know what you want, where you want to go, even so if you're on top of a trip, you could be like, okay, yeah, that's good, but add this too, add this, you also want to see this. Like you really are in charge of your trip, and that will reflect so much during when you're there, like when you travel, because like your trip won't be, how will I say it, managed for you. So another thing is that when it comes to things like transport, even when you're inland transport, like from your accommodation to like the tourist site, are you using an Uber? Do you know how much Ubers are? Do you know how much taxis are? Okay, fine, no Uber. What else can we use? Do you know if they have a good public transport system? Do they have trains, metro systems? Like you need to check all of that and really understand like how you're gonna get from one place to another, because otherwise
You don't listen, you.
the cost will literally shock you. So you need to be prepared. Next thing, your local area, what is there? So for example, let's say you're going to a hotel, for example, instead of like literally overbooking, or like, how will I put it, if I'm booking like I'm in Paris staying in a hotel and I want to go to the Eiffel Tower, instead of like pre-booking everything in advance, including transport, you can start and see like, oh, what's my local area. So for example, like in Berlin, our hotel was near the stop for these hop on hop off buses. I'll attach like a picture here of what a hop on hop off bus looks like. So you go seeing the different sites, all of them, and they stop at the sites. So you can just pay for the whole day. You go in the bus, you see everything, and you can still like experience the sites if you want. And after, you can get back on the bus and it can take you back to that stop. Like you see, so those are the things you can even search in advance instead of like going off based what you know already that's in your country. Just see like, okay, what do people usually do and all of that. Yeah. Lastly, food. That you also need to like research and see what to expect. See even the price, especially like prices. If you the cost of not doing your research and understanding a trip will be money. You will pay dearly for not knowing. And you see, like, you'll have the same experience as somebody who knows, except them they will pay so much cheaper. So understand your trip. That is the first and very key tip. Yeah. Next, when you're traveling to Europe, prepare yourself to walk 15k steps daily, every day. The way this is not even an exaggeration is it's ridiculous. It's 15k steps every single day. Wherever transportation drops you, like, okay, for example, let me use our situation let me use an example of Paris. So we will leave our hotel in Paris. We use the metro system, so because it was the most affordable, plus the metro station was literally near our hotel, like you could just walk there. So from the metro station, now you take the metro to the station nearest, like for example the Eiffel Tower. You get off the metro station, now you have to walk all the way to the Eiffel Tower. Of course, it's not literally at the foot of the Eiffel Tower. There's a distance you have to walk there. You walk, you go stand at the Eiffel Tower, you take pictures, you really enjoy it, you walk around, like you really. And then like you see, once you're done, you're not going to go back to the metro station to go back to the hotel. Now you start, okay, what's next? Where are we going next? Oh, it's a walking distance. Walking distance could be 20-minute walk. You walk there, then you like, there's a lot of walking involved, and it's not even like, oh, it's this big long walk. It's like those small steps, like, oh, let me go there, let's just walk. It's not even that far. You go there, you go back, like, oh, we go to the station, you walk there. Trust me, whether you like it or not, each day it's gonna be 15k steps plus, unless you're gonna be using like private transport or taxis or Uber everywhere, which again is very expensive. But like, if you can, I'm sorry, this is not the video for you. But like, oh, just say, I was kidding. But like, for like the average person, okay, I don't know where to place myself, but let me just say, for the average tourist or the average person, like, that is the norm. If you're a traveler, like, you're going to have 15k steps every single day, like every day. The way your feet are gonna hurt. So the best thing to do is invest in comfortable shoes. So like, before we went, my mom and we went and bought like super comfortable shoes for all of us, like super comfortable shoes. A good recommendation are Skechers. Like, this is their logo, in case like you know, any Skechers shoe. I feel like we all got Skechers shoes and they are very comfortable, like you don't feel pain. And I feel like our trip had a lot of like small bumps here and there, but thank God shoes or leg pain was not one of the problems. Because I can imagine, I literally seeing the Eiffel Tower there, walking there, and like one of us or even myself is literally limping, struggling to walk because of like leg pain, or my shoes are uncomfortable or something like that. Like, our feet were not even part of them. We weren't even thinking about it. Like the only time we could feel the steps, like the walk of the day, is in the evening once you take off your shoes and you're just like, oh, I feel that. And even then, a good tip is to carry like a menthol ointment. Okay, I don't know what to call it. What is it? Like deep heat or deep freeze, or for Kenyans, Kaluma. Kaluma is the best one. Like it's really like you'll feel it in your muscles, like, and then you just apply it and just sleep. But the next day you'll be good. So that is what I'll say. Like prepare yourself for the 15K steps. Like take this advice and do not leave it. If you leave it, I used to see people like limping with like open shoes. I know you want pictures, but like at this point, if you want pictures, you carry the shoes you're gonna take pictures with in your bag. Yeah. Next point. Packing. So when you're packing clothes, what do you pack? Like, okay, for us, like I said, we went to 4 different countries. First of all, the weather was quite literally different in all those countries. Like the coldest somehow was Paris or France. Let me just, okay, the cities. Of all the cities we went to, the coldest was Paris, which was weird because when we were searching on the weather app, it was like almost the same temperature as Nairobi. And Nairobi is, I don't need a sweater. Like as you can see, like I don't need a sweater right now. But in Paris, it was so cold. I don't know if it's because of the wind. I don't know if it's because, I don't know, but it was so cold. And I feel like, especially towards the evening and night, I feel like that caused a lot of problems. Because this is like, it was so unexpected and we were all outside, so we were literally freezing. But then like we had like some reservation we couldn't miss, so it's just like you just have to freeze through the night because you didn't anticipate carrying a sweater. So when you're packing your clothes, anticipate like a broad spectrum of like weather. Carry something very warm, also carry something very light, because at the same time Rome was ridiculously hot. It was super hot, like it was crazy. I was just like, the whole time I carried a fan and I didn't use it at all. But in Rome, the whole time was just like, let me just leave it because I'm not really used it. It's the day that it was so hot. But like, so you prepare yourself, pack accordingly to, especially with the weather, like just search, like use the weather app, see like how is it been, like. Yeah. Next thing to pack for is pack with comfort in mind. Like, fine, you want to pack your cute clothes, you want to take pictures, but like, are you comfortable? You can wear the cute clothes, but add other things supporting your comfort. So for example, like if you're going to wear a dress, especially if your plus size, like do something to be prepared for chafing. Okay, it didn't happen to me. I was over prepared because I've ever chafed before and it was not funny. Chafing is like the friction between your thighs when you're walking. Yeah, that could ruin your whole trip. That is like your whole month even. So like, if you're gonna wear dresses, you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, pack your cute clothes, but like with comfort in mind. Like, what's another example I could use? I don't know, but like that's the best example I could think of at the moment. But like, yeah. Next point. Remember to pack essentials, especially when traveling to a different country. So essentials like include like a charger adapter. So like you all carry your chargers, but you can plug it in. All of you. Now what are you gonna do? Luckily for us, my mom had an adapter, so we were literally all depending on her. We were taking turns. And we were like 5, so like it was not funny. Like I feel like we could have been more prepared. I could have been more prepared because my life is my hands, but like I could have been more prepared and packed a charger adapter. So imagine if someone is like alone or something, like what are you gonna do? The next thing you should pack is things like a fan or like the electric one, wet wipes, antibacterial wet wipes. So in those countries, like some places you're gonna buy food and you're not gonna have access to like water, like touch your hands. And you do not want to eat, especially like if you've been around that, like into tourist sites, you've been in the metro, you do not want to put anything in your mouth with unwashed hands unless you want to die. You want to die from an undiscovered disease. So like the best, like just have antibacterial wet wipes in your bag, not makeup wipes. I just realize most women sometimes, like nowadays, carry makeup wipes in their bag and just like, that's not gonna do anything. Carry antibacterial disinfecting wipes in your bag to at least like disinfect your hands, sanitizer, like things that are gonna like a hygiene kit, something like that, like something like that. Another thing to carry is like medicine. By medicine, I don't mean like, you know, like antibiotics or something, but like first aid medicine, things like painkillers, something like that deep heat I was talking about, something like an antihistamine in case you just start feeling like a bit cold, flu, like you can like just, it can help you basically, like. And see, most people say like, I won't carry because like I can just find it there. Let me tell you, you have no guarantee of finding a pharmacy. You're not guaranteed. It's not like, you know, most people base their things based on their like what you see in your country. Like for me, I know, like in Kenya, like if I'm wherever I am, there has to be like a chemist around, like at least 100-meter radius. Okay, not 100 meters, like a 5-kilometer radius. There has to be a chemist. But like there, first of all, you don't know that place. You don't know that place. First of all, you don't even know their rules. Some places don't just sell painkillers to people. Know what I mean? So do your research, but then also don't say, like, especially something like medicine. Imagine you're walking, you have a splitting headache, like the one you feel like one is behind your ear and the other one is at the corner of your head. It's bright, there's a lot of sun, there's a lot of noise, you're in a tourist area, and then you're not finding a pharmacy. You're there saying to see where can I find a pharmacy, the nearest pharmacy. It's not cute. So if you can have your own, like even if it's like 1 or 2 painkillers in your bag, that could help you in the meantime. Another essential to pack is a water bottle, like your own water bottle. So for me, I carried my water bottle down there at home, like the metallic one. So I just carried it empty, and then I was using it there to put my water, and it's a hydro flask, so the water would remain cool throughout the day. Because first of all, finding water there is like an extreme sport. Of course, you can buy water, but you also want somewhere you can keep it, and somewhere that's like sustainable. Like you can even carry, like, I don't know how to explain it, but that will literally save you like a lot of, first of all, money, a lot of time, and also like your water from today, you can also drink it tomorrow. Because like some of these places, like the hotels over there, it's not like the ones you have in Kenya, that in your room they resupply the water. They will give you water for the first day, and then for the days after, you buy for yourself. Like they tell you like, for day 1 it was a complimentary. I was just like, huh? What do you mean? It's literally water. Like, it's water. Anyway, next, always save the information you need before you leave your accommodation, because you are not guaranteed of data. So for example, today we are going to the Eiffel Tower, and then you're gonna see the Arc de Triomphe, and then we're gonna come back home, but you're gonna use to the hotel, and then you're gonna use the metro. Alright, you get out of your hotel, you go to the metro station. They're like, okay, which metro line are you taking? Okay, where are you going? Which station are you going? You don't know. You don't know. Okay, how are you gonna get to the Arc de Triomphe? So that's what I mean. And then you try to go on your phone, there's no Wi-Fi where you are. You try switch on your roaming, it's not working. My roaming never worked the whole time, but it only worked in Berlin. From Berlin, it didn't work for the other countries at all. Like I was switched on, it was not working for all of us actually. So I don't know what the problem is, but like, do not depend on like, I'll find Wi-Fi, make sure you think about all these things before you leave your accommodation. You said like, if I'm using the metro, for us use ChatGPT. Like it literally helped us. So like, oh, we are going from here to here. We're using the Paris metro system. Which line? This is metro station near our hotel. So which line that will take us and bring us back? How many euros is it? What do we need? We got a Navigo card. That is the card that they use like to scan before you enter the metro. So it was an experience, is all I could say. Like the more, just search each and every, think about each and every single thing. Like once we leave the metro, like how will we get to the Eiffel Tower? How will we get to the hop on hop off bus? Like what should we look out for? What's the landmark? What is the name of the street? What is the name? So even if you're not so sure about where you are, at least you know what you're asking for, like for directions. Like if you're gonna ask someone like, oh, I'm looking for this street, like, okay, it's this way. Like it's not like I'm looking for the Eiffel Tower. They're gonna be like, huh? It's literally just there, can't you see? But like maybe you're looking for a specific like street, I don't know how else to explain it, but like do not depend on like carry your information with you. Screenshot. Like for me, I used to search on ChatGPT and then I screenshot the whole thing, like because ChatGPT could also fail. I am not putting my trust on ChatGPT. Next, have an open mind when you're traveling. This is like the best tip I can give you. Have an open mind and adapt easily. So I remember in Berlin when around we used the hop on hop off bus, and also like Ubers over there were cheaper, and it's because it's the first country we went to. We were like, okay, this is nice. Like I could get used to this. Like then we landed in Paris like this. Everything in Paris is super expensive. So we're just like, first of all, our hotel does not offer. When I was not okay, the package we took, we weren't gonna take breakfast like over there. So you had to like we have to go buy our own breakfast. And luckily over there was like some cafes, there was a nearby supermarket. So the most easy thing to do was to get like our supplies from the supermarket and then go with them to our rooms. So if you had something, if you wanted breakfast, you just quickly eat breakfast and then you just leave. So that was the first thing we had to adapt to, was just like from a hotel buffet breakfast to now buying like bread and juice to be eating in our rooms, which is not bad. I'm not complaining. I'm just showing you the difference and how you have to adapt. Next thing, from Ubers to now we have to use the train, which is very crowded, chaotic, and noisy. Like it's so overstimulating. If you're not like quick, if you're not quick, you're gonna have a hard time. Like adapting from Berlin to Paris, like it was so. You have no choice. You have no choice. It's either adapt or move on. So yeah, that was something. It was, yeah. Basically, the good thing with all of us, like we're just like, okay, we're not gonna have breakfast. Okay, so what are you gonna get? Like we were so quick to adapt. Also because like we had discussed like how this trip was gonna go, so we kind of understood from before. But like actually living the adaptation, it's something. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the adaptation. Anyway, next, try balance taking pictures and also being in the moment, because if you balance one more than the other, then I feel like your experience will be skewed. So for example, like if you're too much in the moment and you don't take enough pictures, these are the people who like will be like, try and be in the moment and then come ask you for pictures after. Like, but then also you also don't want to be like taking too many pictures and then like you don't have any like physical memories in your brain. Like when you try and think of like, how did that place actually look like, you have no recollection of anything, because like you're too busy taking pictures and too busy trying to get the perfect pictures. Like, relax. First of all, we are outdoors, we are wearing sports shoes, we have bags, we are tourists. Like it's not a photo shoot. So like I feel like I'm trying to find the perfect balance between both, because I feel like a good example of like where this happened, like what happens is like in Rome near the Trevi Fountain. So like there's usually like a lot of people, is like a large line. So what people do is like you make a line and then like they open the gate, like a bunch of people go in and then they close the gate. So like they do that in like intervals. So when people go in, they're like quick, like let's take pictures. And I feel like that's valid because like there's like a lot of rush, a lot of people. But like if you ask someone what's the Trevi Fountain about? How did it come to be? How does it look like? Like it has statues. Like how many statues does it have? Like what? Like there's like it's not really in most people's brains, I guess. Okay, I'm going with my example. Like after I left the Trevi Fountain, I realized like I don't really like know how it really looked like because of the rush of the, you know, I'm getting my pictures taken, I'm taking pictures of my sisters. Like it was not like very in the moment kind of thing. So I feel like if you try and find a balance everywhere you're going, to be like at least try and understand at least where you're going, because you're going to a tourist site. Like why is it even a tourist? Like why are you going there? So like if you try to like be in the moment in that kind of way, and also like take your pictures or memories, make them cute, like get something you can post. Because you see, the thing is, there's nothing bad like you saying you need to be in the moment, take bad pictures, or just take pictures for the sake, and then see the people you went for the trip with, and then they're posting the most fire pictures. It's gonna be like, and where were you? And where were you? So like try and find a balance between both, but like do your best. Like for the Trevi Fountain, like there was not much time, there was a lot of people, so like that was the best you could do. So like try and find a balance, because like you don't be the person who's like, oh, I dropped me this, like you know what I mean. Yeah. Next and last point, budgeting. Now you know me. First of all, when everything abroad is shiny, and the trick, the temptations start in your own country at the duty free in your own airport. Like that's where the temptation starts. Everything is shiny, and for me, I'm the opposite of an impulsive buyer. I'll be like, do I really need this? Like, how is this adding value to my life? Like, I will overthink something until it's worth it. And I feel like this is good and bad. Good because like I don't easily fall into temptation with things. Like I'll just be like, I mean, it's cute, and everything is shiny, everything looks viable, and the marketing abroad is insane. It's insane. If you're like a spender, you will end up spending like over the amount you had planned, or you will finish your money by the second day, like depending on how you're traveling. But like everything seen, oh, like I should buy this, like you feel compelled to buy it, but like that's when you look at it. The other way is where, like, now my mom was telling us, like, you know, if you see something you wanted to buy, you buy it immediately. So for example, like if you have your list of things to buy, or the things you wanted to buy, for example, like if you see it in Berlin was the first country you went to, buy it in Berlin. Don't wait to buy it in like another country. For some people, just like, why the same things, I can find them in like the other countries? Like, you know, no, you're not guaranteed. Not only, maybe, okay, it could be in the other countries as well, but maybe the place you go does not have it. For example, like we went to this mall in Berlin that had this shop that I was just like, you know what, I'm not really sure about, you know, this, let me go see what the other shops in the, you know, like I can't lack this shop in the other 3 countries. Like, what are the odds? 3 full countries. I'm not finding this shop. I didn't find the shop. I did not find the shop. Like anywhere. Not because it's not in those countries, but the malls that we went to didn't have them. Like, so if something is on your list and the first time you see it, try your best and get it. If that's what if it's on your list and you really want it, get it there. Otherwise, you're gonna like not find it anywhere else, and you're not gonna go to or drag everybody to another farther mall because you didn't. You know, doesn't make any sense. So like, yeah, when it comes to budgeting, try and be as reasonable as you can on both ends. If you're impulsive, try and reduce the impulsion. If you're not impulsive, try and also like if you wanted to spend or buy things, buy them where you find them immediately. Like where you see it, you're like, oh, that's what I wanted. You get it there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, it has been so much fun, like recapping this whole trip, really thinking about it. I feel like me vlogging the trip, also making reels, TikToks, and sharing the pictures online, like it's made me like fully live. Like if anybody stops me and asks me like, okay, so what about this place, I can fully talk about it. And I'm so glad to share these tips with you guys, like my community, so like you guys can have an easier time traveling. Like you can also share with me your tips, any further tips that you have. Share with me in the comments. Let us know like what has been your experience, or if you're gonna use any of these tips, if any of these tips have like enlightened you and be like, oh wait, maybe I should do that, maybe I should do that, you let me know. You let me know. And follow me on Instagram. My link is in the description. That's where I've posted the pictures, duh. So like if you want to see the pictures from the trip, they're all on my Instagram. Link is in the description. Remember to subscribe, and with that, I'll see you guys on the next video.